I will kick it off with a little bit on Zoom. When Zoom started this business. So this goes back to 2011 when our CEO, Eric Yuan, started Zoom, coming from Cisco. He was the one who developed Cisco WebEx and took Cisco WebEx to the next level. And then he quit in 2011 and he decided to start Zoom with one goal in mind, is to make collaboration better, is to build a collaboration platform that is simple, that is easy to use, and that any generation can use. And that was his main goal. And this was achieved. And today, Zoom is available globally to all customers, whether it is enterprise, whether it is education, healthcare. Zoom is simple, is easy to use, and it can work from any device, from any network, and from any location. So let's talk about Zoom as a platform. Zoom is a full UCaaS solution. Zoom is not about meetings only. It's not about webinars. Zoom is your phone system. Whether you want to use it for meetings, webinars, phone, it's all based on one application. It's all based on one platform that can deliver any use case you can think of when it comes to communication and collaboration. So it's a video first unified collaboration platform. It's, as I mentioned before, it's a full UCaaS. That means it's meetings, it's also your phone system. So what we did a couple of years ago, we converged our meeting solution that we have in the cloud with our telephony solution that we have in the cloud into a single platform, into a single application. And of course, when we say cloud, that means it's cloud native. So everything is delivered from the cloud. It's security is one, we take security very seriously. So you always make sure that Zoom is implemented with best security standards. It is packed with impressive functionality. As I said before, it's not about meetings. It's also can be your phone system. And also, we extended the value of our meeting solution and our conferencing room technology also through the use of our developers. So today you can have Zoom integrated with your own application. So you can develop Zoom and bring it in, embedded into your own business application. That application can be implemented on a mobile device, iOS, Android. So regardless what type of operating system you are using today, Zoom is compatible. And of course, one of the things that we always take seriously as Zoom is making sure that we are delivering the best quality when it comes to video. If you look at Wayne House report that was released this year, they leverage Zoom as a benchmark to compare the video quality and the audio quality of Zoom compared to other conferencing platforms in the market. So as I said before, it's a one application. It's based on one platform that was built from the ground up to natively integrate well together. What does that mean? That means today, since it's one platform, if you want to bring in a new solution, if you want to bring in a new feature, we can do it really quick. We don't have to create another platform. So it's all based on one single platform. If you want to bring in an AI feature, we can do it really quick. And thanks to our platform that allows us to do that, and allows us to bring in all those AI features seamlessly into that application. So AI is one of the things that we are investing heavily in, because we believe AI will enhance the end user experience. And this is one of the things that we always look at to enhance, is basically always enhancing our application to deliver a better experience. And why that is important? Because today, if any generation can use Zoom, that will drive immensely the end user adoption. So you want to make sure when you build an application and when you roll out that application to users, customers, we want to make sure that that application is simple, is easy, and it's easy to use, right? So anyone can use it. And that's a key for adoption. Next slide, let's talk about the Zoom AI story. Okay, so, we are entering the age of artificial intelligence, and every major company today is using AI in some way to better their products and services, right? And this is what we are doing at Zoom. So we keep bringing in those AI features to make sure that, the end user experience is always enhanced. So from self-driving cars and, cancer detection to safe, reliable video communication, I would say AI is exploding exponentially in how it can help humanity. And I'm sure everyone agrees on that. At Zoom, we take artificial intelligence very seriously, and we also incorporated machine learning and deep learning AI in many features, which we will talk about in the next slides. We have hundreds of engineers distributed throughout our product features. AI is one of Zoom's tools to optimize the end user experience. Always end user experience, always enhancing the end user experience, and again, because it's a key for adoption. So if we look at this slide, customer problem. What's the main customer problem today when it comes to AI? So customers increasingly demand common tasks and they want those common tasks automated by technology. So we believe that AI makes things easier and faster, and it will increase and enhance productivity immensely. So that's why, we have great features that we will talk about in a bit, such as, people counting, voice commands, camera tracking. And those are all, of course, specific to video conferencing, right? So let's take it to the next step, to the next slide. These are the features that we are going to talk about. I'm going to skip this slide. And one of them is the in-room people counting. So today, if you are using Zoom on your desktop, or if you are using Zoom on your mobile device, whether that iOS or Android, that application has AI built-in features. But also, we wanted to make sure that AI features are also incorporated in room systems. Because one of the products that we have today is Zoom Rooms, right? So if you want to have that consistent user experience in a physical location, that's where Zoom Rooms is about. So it's not only using Zoom on your desktop or on your mobile device, but you can also use Zoom in a conference room. So with the workforce going back to the office post-pandemic, and to adhere to safety policies regarding social distancing, one of them, the Zoom Room dashboard will now be able to provide data on the number of in-room attendees. And this is one of the use cases, right? And helping you, or I would say providing insight on room utilization and meeting attendance. So this is a part of the Zoom Room software, and it will work with any, I would say, third-party camera. So this is available on Zoom Room appliances, in-room people counting, and it's available today on Zoom Rooms. Zoom Room is a product that can fit in any workspace, especially now when we are talking about hybrid work. Lots of companies today will follow a new policy where they will allow, due to multiple reasons. One of them is, of course, the COVID-19 safety measures. Another one is the inflation, for example. They will basically somehow give their employees to work from home or to work from the office. So this is hybrid work. And this feature will help immensely in those specific use cases. Camera tracking is one of the features that we have today. And this is an AI feature, of course. It's we are leveraging a specific sensor for AI. Today, if you have an iPad Pro and you download an application, if you download the Zoom application and you join a Zoom meeting, you can benefit from the camera tracking feature. And this is completely AI, based on AI sensor. This allows you to move in the room and the camera will track you, thanks to the partnership that we have today with Apple. So, you know, it's a great feature, and as I said, it's available on iPad Pro, and it's not only on iPad Pro, but because we have almost the same feature called Smart Gallery. So what we did with camera tracking AI, we took it to the next level, and we introduced Smart Gallery. So when your workforce is split between home and the office, meeting with a conference room, you know, full of people can be overwhelming and impersonal when you're working from home. Because if you are joining remotely, you will basically, you know, have to look at all those people in one room and you don't know who is speaking, right? So for remote attendees to have improved face-to-face communication, we incorporated Smart Gallery feature in Zoom Rooms that use AI to create a gallery view of in-room participants. So now the benefit of this feature is that now remote meeting attendees, basically working from home end users, may find it difficult to see people clearly, right? When other meeting participants are in a conference room. And specifically when that conference room is full of people. So to address this issue, Zoom Room Smart Gallery displays multiple video feeds from a single conference room. And this allows the Zoom Room cameras to focus more closely on groups of participants and display these people more clearly to remote attendees. This is a cool feature. Background noise suppression, you know, like paper crunching, keyboard typing, fan noise, dog barking, and other noises will be filtered to create a better experience, meeting experience. So today, by default, you know, Zoom automatically mutes background noises. So we can filter all those noises outside of your bubble. But for us, if you are joining a meeting from your desktop, we create a bubble around you. So any frequencies outside of that bubble will be eliminated thanks to the background noise feature. And however, the option can be changed to be more or less aggressive based on the environment that you are in and use case. For example, I can change that feature to super aggressive if I have lots of noise around me. So this can be manipulated by the user, using the Zoom client settings. Another AI feature is live music detection. So with this feature now, even if you are playing music in the room and you have also background noise, we can differentiate between the background noise and the live music if you are playing a specific instrument, to make sure that music that is coming out from the piano or from any instrument is clean through the video channel. That's a cool feature, and we call this, of course, this is an AI used over here. It's we call it a deep learning framework based on a specific sensor. It's used to detect, and that specific sensor's job is to detect high quality music. Native voice commands. So, this is today, you can find it, with, on iPad, on iOS devices with Siri, on Google. In this new world of work, individuals like having touch-free options on shared devices, right? So it's becoming easier and more common to control devices with voice commands, okay? And this is the future, right? So another feature that we have today on Zoom, using, of course, AI, is voice commands. And that can also be leveraged. I would say, if we correlate that to the pandemic, to COVID-19, that can be leveraged post-pandemic to avoid contact with any device on the conference room table. So now, even if you have that touch screen in the conference room, you don't have to sanitize it every day, and you have to go through that hygiene process of that specific room. So now you can walk into the conference room and you can say, Zoom, start a meeting, or Zoom, end the meeting. And that is basically will activate that API, and it will allow the system to join a Zoom meeting without touching any device on the table. So with this feature, I would say we partnered with a third-party company. I cannot reveal the name, that allows us to do those voice commands that are built in and incorporated in the system today. Zoom virtual backgrounds. This is also, we are leveraging also AI with Zoom. With this feature, it allows users to blur its background or to place it with an image or video. So in order to increase, of course, their privacy during meetings. This feature specifically uses machine vision technique known as image segmentation, which can identify the subject and subtract that background. Additionally, the app itself includes a feature called Touch Up My Appearance. This is also available now out of the box with the Zoom client, which applies a filter to smooth the user's skin and reduce blemishes. So as you can see, all those features, all those AI features, and we have more and more and more, of course, coming in our roadmap. We release those AI features with one main goal, always to enhance the end user experience. And again, mainly to enhance the end user adoption. Zoom IQ, this is one of my favorite features. This is specifically for sales organizations, but just to give you an idea on what Zoom IQ is. So Zoom IQ, it's a sales organizational intelligence add-on. So today with a Zoom account, you have your own Zoom account, you have your own Zoom license. You can also enable Zoom IQ, and good news that this feature is also available now for EMEA, for our EMEA customers. It's an add-on solution for Zoom meetings that turns conversations into insights to improve performance, deliver better customer experiences, and streamline the deal closing process. So now, as a sales director, I'm just giving you an example. As a sales director, I can now, from Zoom IQ and from those analytics that I am pulling out from the Zoom IQ dashboard report, I can understand who from my team is performing better when it comes to, pitching the right solution. How are they selling our solution? So all those analytics will help the sales director to understand better who's the best performer on the team. Okay. So Zoom IQ is for sales analysis, customer interactions, mainly to surface key insights, actions, and content from sales meetings. So now, in my example, as the sales director, now sales leaders can also use this data to help make better informed management decisions regarding their sales team. So it's a feature, as I said, it's available, it's an add-on, and any customer who has Zoom Business or Enterprise today can add Zoom IQ to their account. This is really cool. Automated captioning. Lots of customers around the globe have been waiting for this to come out. So what we did almost 2 years ago, we acquired the company, and that company, their main business is they do all sort of stuff when it comes to AI. And basically now what we're doing, which is also now available, we released automated captioning, or also known as multi-language captions and translation. So now you can have closed captioning in different languages. So if someone is speaking in Arabic, you can see the translation in English. If someone is speaking in French, let's say the main speaker, you can see the translation in Italian. This is speech to text translation, and this is automated captioning without having an interpreter on the call. Okay, so multi-language captions is already available today on the Zoom client, and it is available with 11 languages. More languages will be rolled out over time, and one of them, it will be Arabic, of course. But today you can have 11 languages where you can see the translation from English to French, from French to German, in addition to others as well. Interpretation relay, and this is also a cool feature, also leveraging AI and machine learning and other stuff. Interpretation relay allows to relay another translation. The idea of it is that interpreter availability is no longer governed by the primary source language. So if I am the main speaker, I am the floor speaker, and I have an interpreter who's translating from English to Arabic. If I want to basically, have someone who can translate from Arabic to French, I can relay that language to that specific interpreter. So that's interpretation relay. So you don't need to assign multiple interpreters on the same call. So now you can relay that translation from French to German, from German to Spanish interpretation. And this is a common feature that is, lots of customers globally ask for it. Mainly can be used in webinars where you want to have that interpretation happening during the event, or this kind of use case. Content moderation. We are also using AI over here. So we are leveraging a third-party AI for content moderation based service. That third-party company is called Hive.ai. Its main job is to detect inappropriate content in text, image, or video. So by default, the Zoom Trust and Safety team sets the moderation policy. However, it can be modified through the at the administration level. So it can be modified at the administration level, at the group level, and at the user level. So it will automatically detect inappropriate content, and it will block those those attributes by default, and you can enforce that, as I said, to all users at the account level. That is also available today out of the box. It's not even an add-on; it's by default. Recording highlight. So with the recording highlight, of course, that's also another feature that is also available today by default on the Zoom account. So with the recording highlights feature, you can get the key takeaways of the meeting you missed in a quick and digestible form. Okay, so let's say you are recording an event for 2 hours. When a meeting is recorded for 2 hours with audio transcript on, for example, our AI will highlight the most important parts of the meeting. And it will highlight those, and the host can adjust highlights, by the way, as needed, and can save highlights as separate files to cut unnecessary parts of the recording. And depending on how the host has decided to share the recording, now viewers can either watch the meeting highlights or the whole recording. This is a feature. It's a tick box. So you can just tick that box under your recording settings, and it can be enabled for all your recorded meetings. Anti-fraud. This is also using machine learning techniques. This is specifically for Zoom Phone. So basically, Zoom uses machine learning technique to develop fraud detection models in order to identify and prevent unwanted abuse of Zoom services, like telephone fraud or spam and others. It's available by default if you have Zoom Phone under your contract. And I'm going to skip this one. And of course, we have a partnership with Google for AI Assistant. This is also mainly for Google tablets. I'm not sure if it's common in this region, but basically, since I would say 2021, Zoom integrated with Google's AI Assistant. So now users can start a meeting from their Nest Hub. You can get Nest Hub devices by just saying, hey, Google, start a Zoom call. Additionally, Google Wi-Fi and Nest routers can be set to, and this is a nice feature. I've tested it on my own device, where it allows you to set up and to prioritize Zoom traffic on those devices.